Good morning, everyone. This is Aruna Rana here, your social science teacher from Cambridge International School, Dasua. I welcome you all in today's session. I hope you all are happy, healthy, safe at your home. Dear children, as we were discussing earlier, History Chapter 6, that is New Questions and Ideas. So today we are going to start the Chapter 7 of History, that is Ashoka, the Emperor who gave up the war. So I hope you all are ready. So let's start this chapter. History chapter 7, Ashoka, the emperor who gave up the war. Let's discuss lessons objectives. Today's lessons objectives are to know about the kingdom and empire, to know about the Mauryan dynasty, to know how were the empires ruled, and to know about the tribute and taxes. What will be the lesson's outcomes? At the end of the lesson, the students will be able to know about the kingdom and empire. They will also come to know about the Mauryan dynasty. They will also come to know how were the empires ruled. And at last, they will come to know about the tribute and taxes. Dear children, on your screen there is one image, and this image is of the great emperor Ashoka. So this chapter deals with the Emperor Ashoka, and we are going to discuss a few things about his life, about the war, and about his family also. So first of all, let's start with empire. A very big kingdom is called an empire. You might have read about the kingdoms earlier in the chapter 5 also, Janpadas and Mahajanpadas. Some were the small kingdom and some were the big kingdom. What a very big kingdom that is known as an empire. Now, what is the difference between the empire and the kingdom? So, as the empires, they are very big, so they need more resources than the kingdoms. Empires also need big armies than the kingdom. They need to be protected by the big armies. Empires need a large number of officials to collect taxes. And the kingdom, they require only some officials to collect the taxes. So these are the major differences between the empire and the kingdom. Empires need more resources, empire need big armies, and empires need a large number of officials to collect taxes. Now on your screen, it is written about dynasty. So what is a dynasty? Dynasty when members of the same family become rulers one after another, the family is called a dynasty. Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara, and Ashoka. These were the three important rulers of Mauryan dynasty. Mauryan Empire was founded by Chandragupta Maurya about 2300 years ago. On the screen, you can find the image of Chandragupta Maurya. He was the founder of Mauryan Empire, and he has founded the Mauryan Empire about 2300 years ago. Later on, his son King Bindusara, he became the king. The image is on your screen. Bindusara's son was Ashoka. He became a great emperor, and the image you can see on the screen. And this chapter, chapter 7, it deals with Emperor Ashoka. Chandragupta Maurya, he was supported by Chanakya. Who was Chanakya? There is one image also on the screen. Chanakya, he was the guide and guru of Chandragupta Maurya. He was also known as Kautilya. It was only Chanakya's guidance and his support which helped Chandragupta Maurya to become a ruler. Chanakya's ideas were written down in a book which is known as Arthashastra. So that's all about the Mauryan dynasty. Mauryan dynasty, the three important rulers of Mauryan dynasties were Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara and Ashoka. Dynasty means when the members of the same family they become rulers one after the other, that is known as dynasty. Now on your screen you can see the Ashoka's empire. The area which is in blue color that represents the empire of Ashoka. And there are many cities, many important cities here like Takshila, Indraprasth, Mathura, Ujjain, Sanchi, Bodh Gaya, Patliputra, Patala, and Patliputra, that was the capital city of this empire. Now let's discuss about the emperor. We came to know about the emperor with the help of the account which was written by Megasthenes. Megasthenes was an ambassador who was sent to the court of Chandragupta by the Greek ruler of West Asia named Seleucus Nicator. So when the emperor appears in public, these occasions are celebrated as royal processions, and he is carried in a golden palanquin. The elephants of the guards they were decorated with gold and silver. Guard carried trees on which words were there. Sometimes the trained parrot they were also there, and they were making a circle about the head of the emperor. King is surrounded by armed women also, only to protect him, and he has special servants to taste the food before he eats. He never sleeps in the same bedroom for more than 2 nights. So these all things we came to know about the emperor, like what was the life of the emperor and how he appears among his subjects from the account of Megasthenes, who was an ambassador to the court of the Chandragupta, and he was sent by the Seleucus Nicator. He has also told about the capital city. As I have discussed, Patliputra was the capital city. So Patliputra was a large and beautiful city. It was surrounded by massive walls. Massive means very big walls. It has 570 towers and 64 gates for the entrance and the exit. The houses in this city they were 2 or 3 stories and made up of wood and mud bricks. The king's palace is also made of wood and decorated with stone carvings. And this palace is surrounded with gardens. Now, dear children, there is one question like how were the empires ruled? So, empires they were ruled by the emperor, and especially the capital city and the areas near the capital city they were taken care by the emperor directly. As you can see here also in this flow chart, like the emperors they rules the capital city as well as the surrounding area. They are under the direct control of the emperors, and the emperor he also appoints officials to collect taxes. The taxes they were collected from the herders, farmers, craft persons and the traders, those who lived in villages and the towns in the area. These officials they were punishing the people also if they were not following the rules. Then the messengers was also sent, and these officials they were also checked by the spies. Okay, again I am repeating. How were the empires ruled? The empires were ruled by the emperor, and the emperor, they were ruling the capital city as well as the surrounding area, and these areas were under the direct control of emperors. The emperors also appoints officials to collect taxes from the farmers, herders, craft persons and the traders, and the people, those who were not obeying the rules of the king or the emperor, they were punished by the officials. These officials were also checked by the spies. Now on your screen again there is the map of the this big empire, and you can see here the Takshila, Ujjain and Patliputra. These were the three important cities of Mauryan Empire. You can see here also the area around the Patliputra was under the direct control of the emperor, and the other provinces were ruled from a provincial capital such as Takshila and Ujjain. So these were the provincial capitals, and the areas surrounding these particular capitals, these were ruled from Takshila and Ujjain. Royal princes were sent as governors to keep a check there. Tribute and taxes were collected from the other parts too. Like northwest, it was important for blankets, and South India, it was for gold and precious stones. So these were collected as tribute. Now next topic is taxes and tribute. Taxes, these were collected on regular basis, and these were compulsory to pay. Farmers, herders, craftspersons and traders paid taxes. Tribute was not collected on regular basis, it was given willingly or unwillingly. Elephants, timber, honey and wax were collected as tribute from the forest region. So these taxes and tributes, they were collected as resources. Now dear children, there is one exercise, and I hope you all people are able to do it. So these are the fill-ups. First fill-up is officials collected dash from the area under the direct control of the ruler. So the answer is taxes. As we have read, like there were officials who were appointed to collect the taxes. Second is royal princes often went to provinces as governors. This we have discussed for the Takshila as well as the Ujjain, like these were the provincial capitals, and these capitals, these were checked by the royal princes, and they were going there as governors. Third is the Mauryan rulers tried to control dash and dash which were important for transport. The Mauryan rulers tried to control roads and rivers which were important for transport. People in forested regions provided the Mauryan officials with elephants, timber and honey. Dear children, now there is one homework. Like in this chapter, we have read about these keywords. First one is empire, second is dynasty, third is capital, fourth is province, fifth is tribute, sixth is official. So you all have to write the definition of these keywords. We have discussed about some important dates, and one of them is beginning of the Mauryan Empire more than 2300 years ago. We also came to know like Mauryan Empire was formed by Chandragupta Maurya. Ashoka was the grandson of Chandragupta Maurya. Earth Shastra was written by Chanakya. So dear children, that's all for today's session. Today we have discussed about empires, like how the empires were different from kingdom, dynasty, Mauryan dynasty, three important rulers Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara and Ashoka. Then we have also discussed about the empire as well as the capital city, that was the Patliputra. And we also came to know how the empires were ruled. The last we have discussed about the tribute and taxes. So that's all for today's session, and in the next session we will discuss about Ashoka's war in Kalinga, Ashoka's Dhamma, and what was the Ashoka's message to his subjects. So these things we are going to discuss in the next video. I hope whatever we have discussed today, that is clear to you, and still you people have any doubt, then you can do the reading of the chapter, and you can clear your doubts in online classes also. So with these words only, I just want to wind up this session. Take care of yourself. God bless you all.